Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Mads and today's video has been inspired by my good friend Elsa, who is Elsa Reads on Instagram. You should totally... The cat is active now. You should totally go check her out. She is just the sweetest person ever and you will all love her content. It is also very bittersweet to announce that this will be the last video I film in this house. Next week I'll be moving into my apartment in the town that I live in during the school year while I go to college, and it's just very exciting. I will be officially moving out of this house and into a real apartment and not into the dorms. So my future videos will be filmed there and in a little bit of a different environment. So I can't wait for that to start. Anyways, on with the video. I have a really bad habit when it comes to buying books, and that is that sometimes my sometimes my series don't match. And by this, I mean that one is a paperback and the rest are hardcovers. This is something that irks Elsa so much. She sees it in almost every one of my videos and it just makes her so mad. And like, I don't like it either. Like, I would much rather have a full, like, matching all hardcovers or all paperbacks because it's just more satisfying. But I'm kind of an impatient person. And like, I'll buy the first book in paperback and they won't have the rest of the series out in paperback yet, so I just get them in hardcover instead, and I tell myself, oh, I'll get the first book in hardcover eventually. I probably won't, because when will I go and buy books that I already own when I could be buying books that I don't already own? Do you see my problem here? So I have acquired a lot of books and a lot of series where one don't match the rest. And in this video today, I will be going through and showing you all of my Mismatched series. That was my cat. She's being annoying. She also lost her collar. So first off, I'm gonna start off with one that wasn't on purpose. And this one, they're all paperback, but they're still mismatched. And this is a problem that Elsa has a lot. If you're on her private Snapchat story, you will know this because she complains about it constantly. It's just my Heartstopper series, which is even more devastating. I don't know if you can tell from here. Okay, the third book, Along the Spines, is different because the number is up here and Charlie's head is down here and it's reversed on the rest, but also it's like a little bit taller than the rest of them. Look at that. I didn't buy this on purpose. I had no idea it was going to be this way until I put them on my shelves and I saw that they would be mismatched. And it makes me really sad. We don't have a Barnes & Noble in town anymore, so every time I go book shopping, it's like always somewhere else. So I never really see the Heartstopper books anymore, and so I don't really ever think about getting a new book 3. But maybe I should, just so it like matches and it's coherent. It makes me so mad that they did this. Like, why? This one wasn't even on me. This one's on them. Next up is another little bit of a weird one because it's technically not a series, but it's all by the same author and I love the paperback covers and I really regret not getting the paperback version of this book, but this was the first book I bought by Alice Oseman and I didn't know how gorgeous all these paperbacks were until it was too late. So way back when, I bought Loveless and I thought, oh my gosh, this is a gorgeous cover and it's hardcover and it wasn't that expensive, I don't think. So I got it. But now I have all these paperback Alice Oseman books and the sun is getting really bright. And they're all just like really pretty and I love them and I really wish I had the paperback version of Loveless. I do. It is It's a regret. It is a regret that I have, but it was an uninformed decision. I didn't know that the paperback versions were so much prettier. So now I'm just sad that I have one hardcover and the rest are paperback. Like, those ones were a complete accident. I cannot claim that for the rest of these. Am I mad at myself a little bit? Yeah, sure. Okay, I know I messed up. Am I gonna keep doing it? Probably. Like I said, I can't wait for the paperback versions of these books to come out. Sometimes it takes forever. I'm not a patient person. Okay, it's one of my faults. I'm aware of this. I want the book right away. First up, I have this amazing, heart-wrenching series. I guess it's a little bit different because technically this is the prequel and this is the first book, but they're still in the same series and they're in the same universe, and they're two different kinds of books. I don't even know if their paperback version is out of this, and I absolutely adored this book. I'm so glad I read it, and I probably wouldn't have been able to read it if I waited around for the paperback. So I don't have any regrets. Does it look bad? Yeah. Okay, I can't tell you this looks good. But I love both these books. And why make myself wait? So, the first set of Mismatched books I have is the Deathcast series by Adam Silvera. Ironically, I have another book series by Adam Silvera that is also Mismatched. And ironically, again, the first book is paperback, and the second, much larger book is hardcover. Again, I don't know if the paperback version is out for this yet. It could be, it could not be. I think I just stopped tracking it once I have it. So maybe you're all just learning my toxic book trait right now. It's my impatience, which leads me to having these Mismatched series. So the first book, once again, is paperback and the second is hardcover. Though I do find it kind of funny how it matches with this one. Like, they don't match each other, but these match each other. They're soon not gonna match though, because the third book is coming out of this series, the Infinity Cycle series, and I honestly cannot wait. I will not be buying it in paperback if it comes out first in hardcover. It's already mismatched. It would look even worse if it was paperback, hardcover, paperback. So as soon as it comes out, it's gonna be in hardcover, and I'm gonna get it. Because I love this series, and I've been waiting forever for this book, and I'm not gonna make myself wait any longer. Don't judge me. I feel like I'm gonna be judged a little bit from this. I'm sorry, okay? I'm judging myself. I am judging myself deeply for these flaws that I have. So I don't need it from everybody else. And trust me, Elsa already gets on me enough about this, okay? She will comment on this more frequently with each video. The more I post, the more she will comment on this. And I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I don't feel like getting this next book out because it's under a large stack of paperbacks, but you can see it from here. And I'm sure some of you have noticed. I think I've mentioned it before too. My first book in the Renegade series is in paperback, and the other two are in hardcovers. This is because when I bought the second two, they weren't out in paperback yet. And I wanted the full series. I think I bought them all pretty close together too. And I knew the paperbacks were going to take a while to come out. And I loved the first book. And so now I have to live with this. At least it's the same height as the rest of the Lunar Chronicles and Heartless. So there is some level of matching here. It's just not to the degree I want it to be. Also, I think I'm just so used to it being this way that I barely notice it anymore, because this was probably the first book series that I got mismatched. I just thought, man, this sucks, but it's totally fine, it's worth it. So now it's just not even a thought in my head when I look at them anymore. I've desensitized myself to my Mismatched series, much to Elsa's dismay. Now are some more books that I'm sure everybody sees on here every time I film. That's A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. Once again, I'm sorry, okay? I bought this book so long ago, and ironically, I ended up reading a friend's copy because we were annotating them and trading them. So this wasn't even the copy that I read. But I bought this one so long ago, and then I read it, and then I realized how much I needed these other two books. And I went to Target because, again, we didn't have a Barnes & Noble in town, and they were in hardcover. So I just got them anyways, because that's a thing that I do. This one does irk me a little bit more. I do wish I had all of them in hardcover. I think it would look really nice, especially because I didn't even read my own paperback version of it. Like, I have no reason to have this copy, but I do. And so I think maybe one day I'll splurge a little if I see the hardcover version of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder and get it. That's future Mads' problem, because right now I don't really have the room to splurge. Like, if I'm gonna buy myself a book, it's probably gonna be one I haven't read, or one that I like have read and don't own yet. This one is a new acquisition, and I was so planning on getting the hardcover version of this book. But then I want a giveaway for the arc of it. Have I read it yet? No. Is it out already? Yep. I just have a compulsion, okay? Every time I see a giveaway, I must enter it. No logic in my head, but I must enter it. So, I got this. This was actually my last video, my recent book haul. Unfortunately, the first two books in the Bayview series are hardcover, because of course they are. This one is even out in hardcover, and I didn't buy this, so technically I could justify buying the hardcover as well. But we'll see. I don't know yet. Maybe I'll read it and see what I think. Maybe. I don't know. I can't wait to read it though. Okay, I have one last Mismatched series. No, there's not a lot, I guess. Like, this is gonna be a relatively short video, but there's more than there probably should be. Like, there's more than other people probably have. Oh well. Okay, the last one that I have. Okay, I'm gonna try justifying it. I bought the first book when it was still like an indie author, independently published on Amazon, and then she blew up big, and the traditional authors or the traditional publishers started taking her in. And so the second book I bought of hers was the traditionally published, newly released hardcover. I haven't read either of these ones yet, so I didn't even really have a reason to get this one right away, other than the fact that I wanted it. So I guess this isn't much of a justification, other than the fact that at the time, the first book wasn't available in hardcover, I think. That's my justification. Anyways, it's the Atlas 6 by Livy Blake. Even the sides look so different. This is probably my most mismatched set, because this one's just independently published and this one's traditionally published, so the sides are naturally gonna look different. And even like the covers are gonna look different, the layouts are gonna look different. Oh well, I think I'll read the Atlas 6, see how much I like it, and maybe I'll look into buying the hardcover for it. Maybe not. We'll see. I have to wait to see how much I love it, to see if it's worth the investment of buying a $20 hardcover. Those are all my books that I consider to be mismatched. I have books by other authors where one series is in paperback and another is in hardcover, but I don't consider that mismatched because they're still like in their own series. Even with the Grishaverse, like I have Shadow and Bone in paperback, the rest are in hardcover, it's still not mismatched because they're still their own set of series. So I don't consider those mismatched. Maybe you do, but if they're a different series and then they can be in different forms, I feel like. That's just my personal rule. Is that your guys' personal rule? Like, what are your guys' thoughts on this? I want to know. Drop below and tell me, what are your thoughts about mismatched books? How many do you have? What you consider to be mismatched and what you consider to not be mismatched? And I would love to know. Also, if this made you frustrated, imagine how I feel living with this. I have so many mismatched books that I see daily. I wake up and see these books. So, think about how I feel, okay? Take my thoughts into consideration before you start judging me. That's all. That's all I have. It's a quick, short video of me exposing myself to the world. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Thank you to Elsa who inspired this video. I honestly didn't know what I was going to do this week, and we were on the phone and we were talking, and she once again brought up my mismatched versions of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. And I said, I have so many of those actually. I should do a video of all my mismatched books. So, thank you. Shout out to Elsa. You're an icon, you're a queen. Everybody should go follow her right now. If you're following me, you should definitely be following her. I think that is rule number one. Also, I am trying to get her to start a booktube account. Help me do this, because I personally think Elsa would be an amazing booktuber and she would probably thrive really well. But that's just me. That's my personal thought. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please comment, like, and subscribe as always. Once again, thank you so much. I hope you all have an amazing day, an amazing week. The next video you see from me will be in a different apartment. Bye!